can walk every road, but only one takes you home. Will I walk it alone? Take me home. How I loved those great days and the songs on my face, left for dead in the waves, memories of this place. Take me home. Take me home. Walking through the empty grounds of the closed down school, I still hear the sounds of only ghosts now in the sound. Take me home. Leave me here on the shore where you found me before. I won't ask you for more. Take me home. How I loved those great days and the songs on my face, left for dead in the waves, memories of this place. Take me home. Take me home. You can walk every road, but only one will take you home. Will I walk it alone? Take me home. Thank you so much. So you might have seen when you came in, you might have seen the little camper that's parked outside in the parking lot. If that kind of like went, you know, on the side of your vision or whatever, you can see it when you walk out. That's my little tour RV. It's a Winnebago Micro Warrior from 1989. We call it Little Chief. Well, we have a Little Chief for 10 years. We have 320,000 miles on him. Yeah, Little Chief always breaks down at least once every tour. And we're about halfway into this tour, and we haven't broken down yet. So this tour is so special for us because we get to put our 49th state on the map on this tour. Yeah, that's going to be North Dakota, and before you ask, no, we have not been to Alaska. So booking this tour, you know, we're gonna do a bunch of shows up in Minnesota after this show, and so we're like, oh, we're so close to North Dakota, like we have to get it on the map. And so we try to reach out to the people in North Dakota, and I thought, you know, does anyone live up there? Turned out there was a few people who live in North Dakota, and they got super excited about that anyone wanted to come and play there. So they booked me for a bunch of shows, and so now we have a bunch of shows in the beginning of June up in North Dakota. And I hope it's not going to be snowing or anything, because like I'm from Sweden, so I'm trying to like chase this summer wherever I go, you know. And this is why I'm so disappointed in you, Wisconsin. I heard you guys had like really warm weather last week. That's when I was in Michigan, it was raining and cold there. Terrible, okay. So anyway, Little Chief has been with us for a bunch of tours, and some years ago we were touring through southern Utah, and we came to this amazing valley where the Hopi tribes had lived for thousands of years. They had this huge mountainside that was just filled with petroglyphs, and all these, remnants of this great civilization. And all of a sudden, though, this tribe had disappeared from this valley. And no one really knows why or where they went. But if you ask the other tribes, they'll tell you that no, they didn't disappear. They went to the center of the universe, which is sort of their nirvana, their highest state of being. And I thought that was really neat, And because I'm touring in an RV, not gonna lie to you guys, I quite often end up in Walmart. They do have a big parking lot. They have, stuff for the RV that we need. And so one thing that makes me a little sad, though, is that when you exit the store, there's this big wall of pictures of missing children and young adults. And most people, they just walk past that. They don't want to stop and look at those pictures, And I get it, because it's sad and it's uncomfortable. And that's why I sometimes feel like I have to go up and look at those pictures, because someone has to, And so I was up there one day, and I was thinking about that Hopi tribe that disappeared. And I was looking at these pictures, and I thought, what if these kids, what if these young adults, what if they, what if they weren't abducted? What if they didn't run away? What if they also went to the center of the universe? I watch those faces as I roll my groceries down, the smiling faces staring back at me. There are no traces. This is all that we have left, the smiling faces at the Walmart where we shop. Where do they go? To the center of the universe, where the lake has promised them now. Were they chosen by a higher power to ascend to something better than right here? We can only hope. We can only hope. She was 7, now she would be 25, and I bet she wouldn't wear those earrings now. Who would notice if they took her picture down? There's still a void that no one else can fill. Where did she go? To the center of the universe, where the land has promised her a home. Was she chosen by a higher power to ascend to some place better than right here? We can only hope. We can only hope. He was 15 when he ran away from home. If you check it out, that's what the records say. His mom is certain that at least he would have called. She stops to watch his picture every day. Where did he go? To the center of the universe, where the legends promised him a home. Was he chosen by a higher power to ascend to something better than right here? We can only hope. We can only hope. holding hope, 'cause the alternative is way too hard to bear. Let's hope we find our sons and daughters there. Anniversary this year, and it's actually this year is 20 years since I put out my debut album, yeah, I know you guys. It's amazing. I'm so old. I feel really old when I say that. 20 years ago since I put out my debut album, so I'm gonna play you guys a song from that album, and I was thinking about this. About all, how you perceive artists and how I perceive other artists, and like you always talk about like artists that, oh, like their first album was the best one, or like their second album was the best one. And then when you think about it, when you talk about these artists, it's always like, like people like Janis Joplin or I don't know, like Kurt Cobain, like people who all died when they were 28 years old. Maybe their best album would have been when they were 45. You don't know, right? So I feel like we should put that aside. But if you do like this song, the best of all my songs, then I don't know, I'm happy for that as well. I don't have this album with me because it's been out of print for a long time, but it is a free download on my website if you guys go there. I do have little flyers over by the CDs. You can grab one of those and find my website. So this song is called Cars. One thing I have learned, despite what kind of engine, car's still a car. One thing that burns, they're trying to be a piano, I'm still a guitar. And so are you, my friend, traveling light through the countries, through the states of mind. Look ahead and leave the past behind. One thing for sure, the more you get to know me, the more I become a bore. And so are you, my friend, traveling light through the countries, through the states of mind. Look ahead and leave the past behind. Car is still a car, no matter what you're trying, you are what you are. And so am I, my friend, traveling light through the countries, through the states of mind. Look ahead and leave the past behind. Now I get to know me. Now I get to know me. much. All right, so I think we have such a nice and intimate room today. I think that you see most of me, right? It's like even if you're sitting in the back, you're not like, where is the drummer? Is he behind the curtain? That's just my little feet stomping away. Not so little, but anyway, stomping away. I got a little soundboard up here. I got my little tambourine. But I'm not quite alone here tonight. Of course, I have my wonderful husband doing the sound and all those little effects that you hear. This is Jonas, everyone. So, we've been debating on this tour. It's been 13 years since we started touring full-time together, and Jonas quit his day job to go on tour with me full-time. And so we've been debating, like, have I been his boss for the last 13 years? Or the entire time that we have been together, which is like more like 22. Must mean I'm the best boss ever, right? Because I mean, not only was I your boss for like, I don't know, 10 years or something, and then you started working for me? I don't know. If anyone, wants to come and work for me here, I will take applications after the show. So people always ask us, because we're touring in a little RV, and we're actually not just touring in the RV, we're touring in Europe as well in a normal car, and like going around the world, living our lives, working together, all the time, 24/7. People always ask us, like, how can you do it without killing each other? And I guess it's because he's the one. Driving the car, doing the sound. The one in so many ways. So we also have a sort of a golden rule in our relationship, and that is to never go to sleep angry with each other. So this next song is about that, and this song is actually a duet, but I'm not going to ask Jonas to sing, because then I might have to kill him. And I still have a bunch of shows on this tour, so I don't want to do that yet. So anyway, this song is called 7 Miles Wide. Drifting my bed is 7 miles wide, though I see you as though you were right beside. I'm trying to reach out, but it's just in my mind. My body's too tense and too stiff to unwind. Drifting my bed is 7 miles deep, the edges are sharp and the walls are so steep. And if I could throw myself out like a dove with the peace that I offer, never substitute love. So hold on for the night, for the day. Hold on for the night, will not stay. Punishing you is harder on me, and it's double the torture that you don't even see. That the rift in my bed is 7 miles wide, and I'm on the edge, and I've been for a while. So hold on for the night, for the day. Will not stay. Nothing to cry for, but I'm crying inside as the drift moves you further away from my side. I want to reach out, but I'm just a dog on the crowd. Will you build me a bridge, and I will come around? So hold for the night, for the day. Hold on for the night, will not stay. one more day. So hold on for the night, for the day. Hold on for the night will not stay. Finally you're breathing, it's heavy and deep. You didn't bother, and now you're asleep. And I'm still awake with a rift in my heart. But if I could speak now, where would I start? Maybe I'd say there's a rift in our bed, or maybe that rift is just in my head. No, if you tell me, I'd know what to say, and you'd hold me and make all the pain go away. So hold on for the night, for the day. Hold on for the night will not stay. Hold on for the night and for the day. Hold on for the night will not stay. Thank you guys so much. So I don't know, how often do you guys have Swedish people come through and sing in Wisconsin Rapids?
Every other week.
Not that often. Like when I was driving here today, though, I passed a bunch of things that were very like Scandinavian, Norskanook, and what else? Like there was a Viking golf court or something. Yeah, I know. It was funny. I was like, okay, I get it. You know, all the Swedes and the Norwegians and the Danish people, they just came here and they're like, yep, weather is right as it is in Scandinavia. We're gonna stay here. Do we have any people here that like identify as like Scandinavian? Raise a hand. Yeah. All right. Do you also speak the languages or no? Yeah.
We're English, no.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe you would like to hear a song in Swedish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was very enthusiastic of you guys. Do you want to hear a song in Swedish? Good. I think we need a tiny little Swedish class before I do the song in Swedish. So I'm just going to teach you one word, which is going to be super simple, and then you can all claim to be Swedish after this show. So the word I'm going to teach you is the word for yes. And that is in Swedish, it's ja. Ja. Repeat after me. Ja. All right. Do you feel a little bit more Swedish now?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. I like it. I like it. Awesome. All right. So now you can claim that you are not just like a quarter Swedish or something like that. You can also say, I do speak some Swedish. Ja. So I actually live in Berlin, Germany nowadays because I do a lot of touring in Germany and the surrounding countries. And Sweden is kind of far north, you know, so it's like a little bit more tricky to get back like down to Central Europe. And so some years ago, I was touring in Germany. I met this really wonderful German cello player. His name is David, and he plays on a lot of my recordings. And after playing with me for some years, David was like, Sofia, we have to make an album together, but you have to sing all the songs in Swedish. So I was like, well, I guess we could do that because I do know Swedish. So we started writing songs together. We put out 2 albums so far. I do have the latest one with me here tonight, and we are working on our 3rd album. And it's quite different from what you heard so far. So what we do is, it's a side project of mine, right? So it's only cello and voice. And it's sort of a mix between traditional Swedish folk mixed with a little bit of jazz. So I was thinking I'd sing you one of our songs. And unfortunately, I don't know how to play the cello. So if you want to hear the beautiful cello, you have to pick up the album. And I'm going to do this song a cappella for you guys, so without any instruments. And so this is a love song that we wrote. It's a song, that the bride would sing to her groom at the day of the wedding. It's a song about picturing yourself, your fairy tale life stretching out ahead of you. So this song is called the Bride's Song, but of course in Swedish, Brudvisa. Dimman lättar över åsarna, vittnar om ett sagoland som vi har lämnat bakom oss. Dagen faller tung på stigarna, reser gräset upp som vi har trampat ner på ängarna. Och som dagen börjar nu med varje soluppgång, så jag nu för det är ju allt som väntar oss. Och för varje timme vill jag vara din, tills livet slukar oss och ingenting finns kvar. Solen målar alltid guld för oss, världen blir ett magiskt land som vi kan leva trygga i. När natten faller finns jag här för dig, i livets mörka vatten är jag fyren som ska leda dig. Och som dagen börjar nu med varje soluppgång, så jag nu för dig och allt som väntar oss. Och för varje timme vill jag vara din, tills livet slukar oss och ingenting finns kvar. Dimman lättar över åsarna. Thank you guys. Did you like the song in Swedish? Gotta have you practice this word a little bit, so you don't forget it. All right, so for this next... for this next song, I was hoping that you guys would sing a little bit. And it's not going to be in Swedish, so you don't have to be worried. It's a very simple song. This is a song that I wrote in 2020 for a dear friend of mine who passed away. And so in 2020, when the pandemic started, I was here in the US. I was going to do a big tour. I was in Texas, and we're going to play a bunch of fun shows like this big festival in Austin called South by Southwest. And of course I had my husband with me, but we also had our dear friend Tim Fleming with us, who was going to play with us, and he was the most amazing pedal steel player. And so if you want to hear him play the most beautiful pedal steel, it's all on my Pulse of the Bear album that I have with me. And so we were all very excited about this tour. And then of course everything shut down because of COVID. And so we were there in Texas, and we thought, we're just gonna wait it out. How long can it be? A week, maybe two. Turned out it was a little bit longer than that. So after a week or so, Tim was like, I don't think it's gonna open back up. And I might have to go back to Los Angeles, California. And so he got on a plane and he went back there, and then some weeks later he sent me this message and he said, we're not feeling that well. I think I have COVID. And in those early days, it was so hard to know. You didn't know what it felt like, because it was so brand new and you didn't know what it was supposed to be or anything. So Tim, of course, stayed at home and he waited, and then he got worse. And he went to the hospital, and that's when they discovered it wasn't COVID. It was a heart attack. And that's the worst thing you can do, is to wait, right? So it was already too late when he got to the hospital. And, but this is not a sad song, you guys. It's not a sad song. It's a song about those, the last last weeks that we spent together in Texas, you know, with the sun shining and sand on our feet, drinking Corona beers, saying, yes, Corona. I never know in libraries if I can curse or not. I'm just playing it safe here. But you know what I mean. So, and then he had to go back to California, which is why this song is called Oh, California. So whenever you hear me sing Oh, California, you just chime in and sing with me, right? And I always say, you know, it's so great when I play in libraries and I can tell people to be really loud, because usually you have to be so quiet in the library. But this is your chance, guys, to be really loud in the library. Like, take this chance, because you might not get it again. And I have a microphone, so I'm already loud, but you guys have to be twice as loud as I am, because you don't have the microphone. So whenever you hear me sing Oh California, you just chime in and be as loud as you can, okay? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Good, good. So what was the song called again?
Oh, California.
See, you got it already. Last time I saw you, you were sitting on the deck of a subject on a Texas beach. The sun in your eyes and sand on your feet. You said I should get back to California. Oh, California. I hear that they are closing down the flights, and I have people waiting for me there. I said I really don't care, you should stay a while instead of going back to California. Oh, California. I always say that you were meant to go. I just did not expect it to soon. So many shows left to play before going back to California. Oh, California. Oh, California. Oh, California. You know, I told you some of my favorite states. Too much traffic and too much pace. You said that you had grown tired of the place and wanted to move away from California. Oh, California. But honey, you were really born and raised. You always knew that you would die there someday. So chances were you would always stay and never leave California. Oh, California. Oh, California. Oh, California. And if you don't miss when you'll be back, don't you think this is a nice little shot to hang out out there and settle down instead of going back to the mean old town in California? Oh, California. Oh, California. Oh, California. Last time I saw you, you were sitting on the deck of a subject on a Texas beach. The sun in your eyes and sand on your feet. I wish you hadn't gone back to California. Oh, California. Oh, California. Oh, California. Oh, California. Song for you, and then we're going to take a break, and in the break you can come and say hi. I do have CDs in the back here, and if you're like, well, I don't have a CD player anymore, then do have vinyl. Yes, yes. And and if you're like, well, I don't have a record player, you can actually put those vinyl up on the wall as a piece of art. Until you get a record player. But if you're like, no, I'm not going to do that, then I'm pretty sure you guys have a hat. You might have noticed my pretty hat. I make these hats, they're all hand painted by me, and you can come and try them on. I got a little mirror over there, you can try them on and see if you like one, and if you have a very tiny head like me, but big brains, they are adjustable in size, you can make them smaller, and if you're like, well, I got a really fat head and no hat fits me, well, the hats are pretty big, so I had people say that, and then they're like, no, this hat is too big for me. So do come and try them on and see if you find one that you like. And we do accept credit cards and Venmo and cash and all that stuff. Whatever you got, even like Swedish meatballs if you got them in your back pocket. This song is a song from my new album, and it's a song that I wrote in the early days when Russia invaded Ukraine. And make no mistake, Russia invaded Ukraine. So I told you guys to live in Berlin, Germany. That's a 12-hour drive from the Ukraine. So imagine that you would drive for 12 hours. How far would you get? North Dakota. All right, let's say North Dakota. Imagine that there's a big war raging right now in North Dakota. That's kind of impossible, right? And that's how we felt when this started, in the Ukraine, and that's how we still feel. I mean, how is this possible in this day and age? I thought that we were, past this, that we were more evolved than this. And so this song is not a song about war. It's a song about peace, love, and understanding. And I think that we need much more of that in this world today, not just in the Ukraine, but in the whole world. And so this song is called Circle of Destruction. Standing at the border with a white flag in your hand, for the peace that we dreamed of ever come. There's an inherent fault in all of us, the urge to destroy His morning sun. What they can build up, they will tear down, and the circle of destruction has begun. Standing at the border with a white flag in your hand, for the peace that we dreamed of will come. Standing at the border, waiting for the turn, for a chance of the life they've come to find. Walking through the desert, swimming through the sea, always missing everyone that's left behind. What we can't build up, we will tear down, and the circle of destruction has begun. Standing at the border, waiting for the turn, for a chance of the life they come to find. If we can't be first, if we cannot win, there is a fear, there is a faith that goes within. Gotta find a way to not give in. Together is the only way we'll win. Standing by the roadside, waiting for a sign of the truth that you looked for ever come. Billboards tell you one thing, but you can't make up your mind. There's an urge to deceive that's born in some. What they can't build up, they will tear down, and the circle of destruction has begun. Standing by the roadside, waiting for a sign of the truth that you looked for ever come. If we can't be first, if we cannot win, there's a fear and there's a hate that grows within. flag in your hand, will the peace that we dreamed of ever come? Thank you very much for taking the
Did you go over and talk to her since she done or don't stay?
How are you, Jamie? Jamie?
You're good. You're Once in a while, once in a while.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is. If you come over there with
Weather though. So I don't know how much rain we have gotten over here. She's like,
Nice meeting you.
They're taking a break. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, my car doesn't do CDs anymore, so it's pretty hard to buy them. Good. But I probably won't do it, so.
I know.
I did not see Marsha. Yeah. She might have just decided she had a busy day and that she wasn't going to come. I saw one. You would almost think so, yeah. Hey, can I ask, what is that?
It is just a cube, like fidget spinner. So it's super satisfying.
So
You just hold the two little ends. It's kind of awkward because it's on the point, and then it just spins in either direction.
oh, I see.
Those are like $5 or $6 at Walgreens. I can't remember, but it was a super good buy.
And then are there different directions it goes or different?
Just
It's just
both ways, just counterclockwise or clockwise. It's super satisfying though, because it goes forever with a good spin.
yeah. Right? You want to try it? So this one is two guys. Just two corners. This is this person, this one.
Spun it too hard.
Try it one more time.
It's even got lines on it. It's got, yeah.
try it again.
It's a super good buy.
It's a little too complicated for you. But he's a really smart guy. That's kind of fun. Does it come in other colors? Is it?
Yeah, there's a gold one, like a gunmetal gray, and I think that's it. I think it's black, gray, and gold, and I think there's like a silver one.
Huh. Yep.
But for like $5 or $6.
Yeah.
What can you get for $5 or $6?
That's this.
Yep. And Michael's saying, what can you get for $5 or $6, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty, like you say, it's a good deal.
It's a good buy. Because I find myself like spending it a lot if I'm just. It's just nice to have.
Just kind of give you something to do and kind of. Yep.
For me, it's relaxing. So if I ever feel like stressed, I might want to like give it a spin.
Yeah.
And I guess an event like this, like being out in a super busy spot, it gives me a little bit of anxiety. So I thought to pull it out and
I wish you would have had that in school all those years ago.
yeah, I wish I had this in school for real. Like they didn't have as good of ones when I was even in high
What
school.
do they do? They have a name for it?
This one I think is just called the Spinning Cube.
Okay. It's got a nice weight to it.
Yeah, that's what I really like about it is you can feel the rotation.
Yeah, right. Where do you find it at Walgreens?
It was towards the front, kind of in the end of like if you're facing the front of the store, the left-hand side of their
Just going
seasonal.
into the store?
Like if you're in the store already, going up towards the counter, it's when you go like through the middle and then they have that little seasonal section. It was on the very end of the seasonal section. There's little like fidgets and whatnot.
So are we talking about like when you go around to check out and you're standing by
It's
the
right
counter,
before the
it's
checkout.
Right before checkout.
Mhm.
Got it. Yeah, kind of fun. How did you hear about the concert or know about the concert?
Well, I caught the one earlier this month. I didn't know
Yeah,
it
so
was
did we.
actually happening that day, so I was coming down from. I was either in a study room or the studio upstairs, because I've been trying to work on just learning how to use the more like electronic side of music, learning Logic Pro X upstairs. And so it was a day when I was coming down at like 8 and they were taking a break and it was like their second act and I was like, oh cool, let me like pop in here.
Yeah, we're
Because
good. We refused them.
today I planned for it. Though.
Yeah. Good job.
So, people always ask me about my RV. They always ask, like, what do you do with it when you're not on tour? Like, do you ship it back and forth to Europe? No, that would be very expensive.
Oh my gosh.
So they're like, what do you do with it? And the truth is, like, I try to find a really remote Walmart. And then I park it way back in the parking lot. And then I come back 8 months later, and it's still there. No, of course not.
No.
I park it with friends all over the U.S. So the beginning of this tour was parked in Florida, and at the end of the tour is going to be parked in New Mexico. Yeah, and it has been parked in New Mexico before at our friend's place in Deming, and a lot of the time, I think about New Mexico. I think it's like this desert state where it's always like the hot days and the really cold nights. So my RV was parked there some years ago, and I was thinking about my little RV being all alone in those cold desert nights. And I wrote this song called Desert Nights. Desert sun is going down, painting shadows on the ground. I sing along this song I found in case you'd come on by and find me through the sound. The stars are falling from the sky. I make a wish for you and like a twinkle in my eye, I leave it on the ground in case you come on by. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I guess that's all that life's about. You can whisper, you can shout, you can ask the heavens why, but you never had a doubt. Oh, love, where did you go? Those desert nights can be cold. Love, those desert nights, those desert nights. I will rest here for a while. These boots have walked many a mile. And if time will be my tribe, I hope you'll bail me out. Now I'll rest here for a while. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, little love, where did you go? Those desert nights can be cold. Little love, where did you go? Love, where did you go? Those desert nights can be cold. Little love, those desert nights, those desert nights, those desert nights. Thank you. So, I said that I had this little anniversary this year, my 20th anniversary for my first album. And so I've done a lot of thinking, about getting older and stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I started this tour down in Florida, because if you have a little bit of an anxiety over your age, that's a good place to go. Because there's always someone that's a little slightly older than you are in Florida. So how many of you guys usually go to Florida over the winter? The youngest person in the audience raises a hand. All right, so this is a song about growing older and how, eventually, no matter what you do, you will turn into your parents. It's true, and so it's a song about waking up in the morning and how you walk into your bathroom and you pull out your toothbrush and your toothpaste and you got it already, and then you look up and you see yourself in the mirror and you're like, ah! Who the heck is that? But you still feel like yourself inside, right? And that's all that matters, really. So this song is about that. It's called Reflections.
look in the mirror, and all I can see is my mother's face staring back at me. I guess I'll grow older than I am today, but inside I'll always stay the same. The days they're flying past me so fast. What can I do to make them last? The dreams I once harbored I say long ago. Now I'm just fighting on alone. Would you believe me if I said you still look the same as you did that day? And are we the same as we were that day? We lost our original will to play. I look in the mirror and I see a stranger's face gazing back at me. When you look at me, what do you see? What do you see? I walk on the wind now. I follow a path. Will I find a resting place at last? My skin has grown thinner, see through at best, but I still wear my heart outside my chest. Would you believe me if I said you still look the same as you did that day? But we're not the same as we were that day. We lost the original will to play. I look in the mirror and I see a stranger's face gazing back at me. When you look at me, what do you see? What do you see? Darling, what do you see? What do you see?
So some years ago, we were touring through California, and I'm from Sweden, so I think of California sort of as a summer state, where it's always nice and warm and sunny. They have palm trees, you guys. I think, isn't that like the criterion for a summer state? And so, of course, maybe because I'm from Sweden, I don't know, the weather tends to follow me around. And I got stuck in a snowstorm in California, but I thought it was going to be summer. And of course, we don't have any winter tires on Old Chief, so it was a little scary, like the roads were really slippery. And we were driving over to Arizona, and we had to take it real slow because it was like really slippery roads and a lot of snow. And but we made it, and then we got to Arizona, and we broke down. But I'm very lucky because not only do I get to tour with my wonderful husband who makes me sound great, but he's also really great at fixing up little Chief when little Chief breaks down. And he got so good at doing that over the years that he actually no longer goes by the name of Jonas. He's now known as White Trash MacGyver. And I am not exaggerating because he can fix anything with like a coarse can and a piece of gum. And in fact, he fixed our furnace in the RV with a coarse can. So there's a coarse can in there right now, making it work because of White Trash MacGyver. So when we got to Arizona, we were broken down there, and I was looking at our schedule, making sure that we were not going to, miss any shows or anything, because of the breakdown. I saw that, oh gosh, like our next show is scheduled on our anniversary. Who did that? Probably I did that. We had the worst time like remembering our anniversary. For the longest time, we would always like celebrate on the wrong date. And then like a few days later, we were like, oh, gosh darn it was on the wrong date again. Until someone actually told us it's the only date of the year that tells you to do something. March 4th. So now we remember. We have to get like that little reminder. And so I was there looking at the schedule and I thought, okay, so we got a show on our anniversary. What can I do to celebrate, because I guess, we're going to be playing, so it's not like we can go out and have date night or something. And so I thought, maybe I should buy him a gift. Like, should I buy him a gift? Like, what would he want? Socks? Course cans? With course inside? Probably. I came up with a really great idea, or so I thought, what if I write him a song? What if I write him a song about our life together, touring, breaking down, the snow in California, all of that, and I surprise him at the show with this song. So I had the song all written out and everything was like prepared. And you might have noticed that Jonas is very focused on what he's doing. So he's like, when he's mixing my songs, he's like sitting there, looking into the little suitcase with all those, you can see there's a lot of like cables and stuff sticking out. And he's got like all these different little knobs and stuff. He's just like, and just making it sound perfect for you guys. And so I sang the song and he didn't even notice. Now we heard this song 1,000 times, but I'm going to tell you guys, that was the last song I wrote for White Trash MacGyver. So this song is called California Snow. You're my ball and chain, crouched it for the waves. Lift me to the sky, you never weigh me down. 16 years ago is when I knew, even driving through the California snow, there's no place I would rather be right now than in this car with you. Better half, 4 aces in my hand, wrap me in your arms, never let me go. Years keep flowing by, oh, your love it keeps flowing into me, and I can never see a life without you by my side. 16 years ago is when I knew, even driving through the California snow, there's no place I would rather be right now than in this car with you. 16 years ago is when I knew, that through sunshine, through the rain, and through the cold, even broken down beside the road, even through this California snow, there's no place I would rather be right now than in this car with you. Over by the CDs, I don't know if you had a chance to come up in the break, but over by the CDs there are little flyers. I usually put them on the chairs, but since these chairs are kind of fold up, it was kind of hard to put the flyers on the chairs today, so you have to come by the CDs and pick up a flyer. The flyer are free of charge, and it has a really pretty picture of me in the front. That was also on this the poster here in the library. And that is not the point of the flyer. The point of the flyer is the QR code that is on the back side. And if you, oh, look at that. We have a librarian showing off the QR code. You can also see the QR code right here beside me if you want to do that. But do bring a flyer with you home, and you can scan it like with your smartphone when you get home, and you'll get a free download. So this is a song that you will get if you scan that little QR code. And every year I write a Christmas song. I've been doing this for many, many, many years. I put out a Christmas album in 2017. I will put out a new one this year. And my Christmas songs are always sort of on the sadder side of Christmas. It's not like really, the happy-go-lucky jingle bells kind of things. And in fact, they're not very Christmassy. And I guess you're thinking now, is she really gonna play a Christmas song at the end of May? Yes, I am. I am gonna play you guys my latest Christmas song. And why I'm gonna do that is because if I hadn't told you this, you probably wouldn't even have thought it was a Christmas song. But this song is a little bit special because I wrote this after my last year's tour. Last year, I was touring through, mostly touring the East Coast last year, and I was touring through this beautiful little town of Greenville, South Carolina. Do you guys know that town? Yeah? It's a very cute little town. And so I got to talking with one of the promoters there, and his name is Ben, and Ben and I, we like quickly found like sort of common interests and stuff, like because I have my RV, so when I have a day off, I want to go camping, and I love to go on a little hike if there is a trail nearby and stuff, you know. And so Ben was also like, yeah, I love hiking. And then we started talking about it. Turned out we had a little bit of a different perspective about hiking, because he hiked the Appalachian Trail. And I would maybe last 30 minutes on the Appalachian Trail. But, so he told me this story about how he hiked the Appalachian Trail and how he nearly died, you know. And so that just gripped me, you know, by the heart. And, you know, no matter when you start the trail, like sooner or later you're going to end up in winter. That's how long the trail is. It goes all the way from Maine down to Georgia. It's going to take you months and months and months to hike it. You're going to have to be really strong, really determined, which is all the things that Ben was, you know. And, but, you know, after a while, he was on the trail and winter came. And there was a lot of snow. And this was like maybe 10, 15 years ago. So he had a little cell phone, and you have to imagine one of those little flip-up phones, you know. And he had just enough battery that he got like a text message from his dad. And the text message said, Ben, would you please come? Your granddad is in the hospital. So Ben was determined to get off the trail, but as you know, like the trail itself is out in the woods. It's out, way out in the woods, you know, and there's not an exit sign. And some stairs going down to the next village or whatever, you know, you're out there. If you're gonna go off the trail, you're gonna have to walk off the trail, you know, through the woods, through the trees. You're gonna have to find your own trail. So Ben was determined to get off the trail, and but the snow was getting really bad. And he started walking, you know, and it started snowing, and there was a storm coming. And soon his clothes got wet, you know, and he got really cold. And it was starting to get a little bit dangerous, you know, because when you get wet, there's not a whole lot of warmth you can conjure to, like, get by. So he started looking at those trees and he thought, what if I just sit down for a few minutes? Rest, just a few minutes rest. It would be so nice. But he also knew that if he would have done that, that would have been the last thing he ever did. So he pushed on, and against all odds, he made it down to this little town, and there was a payphone at the end of the town. And he went into that payphone and he made a collect call to his dad. And his dad picked up right away. And he was like, Ben, are you in this town? Are you at the payphone? And Ben was like, how did you know? And he was like, well, I called the sheriff and I called the ranger and they've been out looking for you. But the storm was so bad, the snow was so bad they couldn't find you. And he said, Ben, look up to your left. There's a building up there. That's a hotel. I booked you a room up there. Go up there now and get warm. And Ben was so grateful, and he went up to the hotel, and he was like, I'm going to have the longest hot shower of my life. And the hotel was out of hot water. But he survived, and that's the point of the story. And so, Ben's story is so much better when he tells it himself. And if you grab the flyer, you go to my website. My website is on the flyer, and you can read his own words because he was graceful enough to write it down for me. And it's going to be in much more detail, and you're going to feel like you're there with him, and you're going to understand why I had no choice whatsoever but to write this song, which is called A.T. Christmas, Appalachian Train Christmas.
Bow down to the snow, like branches in the forest hanging heavily, hanging low. The moonlit sky offers its rewards. There's a shelter in the distance that you're striding towards. You can sit down for a while to catch your breath. The snow is soft as down. With you and stay on the Appalachian Trail on Christmas Day. On the Appalachian Trail on Christmas Day. Out here in the night, looking for a shelter in the pale moonlight. The forest empty and the shadows hanging low. What are you doing on the trail all alone? You can sit down for a while to catch your breath. The snow is soft as down. Morning light on Christmas Day, we found a place where you can stay on the Appalachian Trail on Christmas Day. On the Appalachian Trail on Christmas Day. Nature tells you when it's time to hunker down. The north wind blows you further away from town. You walk in circles in the wood and snow. There's a shelter waiting somewhere below. down for a while to catch your breath. The snow is soft as still. Appalachia holds you in its hands. You're a mere 3 miles from the nearest town. In the early morning light of Christmas Day, you found a place where you would stay. On the Appalachian Trail, on Christmas Day. On the Appalachian Trail, Appalachian Trail. On the Appalachian Trail, Appalachian Trail. On the Appalachian Trail. Appalachian Trail. Thank you guys so much. All right. So I have a friend who's also a singer-songwriter, and her name is Michelle Lewis, and she is originally from Boston, but when she was touring her way down to Los Angeles, where she lives now, you know, she posted this picture of a buffalo. She was somewhere here in the middle of the country, and she posted a picture of a buffalo, and she wrote, "Give me a home with a buffalo roam." And I saw that, and I was like, wow, that is so beautiful. And I was writing this song, you know, and I'm like, holy crap. The words, they fit so well to my song, I have to steal it. So I put those words in my song, and then after a while I started thinking, I was like, I wonder if she came up with that. So I Googled it and I found out it was Home on the Range, which is, by the way, not a well-known song in Europe. So, you know, I decided, hey, yeah, I'm just going to keep those words in my song anyway. So they're now in my song, and you guys, this is not a version of Home on the Range. This is my song, but I did steal those words, and it's called "Give Me a Home." Not a bird, not a sigh that can be heard. It was the dust, this kissed your feet. You were Give me a home where the buffalo. Thank you guys so much. What do you say? Do you want to hear another song in Swedish? Yeah. What is it in Swedish? Yeah. Very good. All right, I might have another song for you guys in Swedish. So, let's see. Let's get this in tune first. Oh, here we go. So, I actually wrote this song here in the US, even though it's in Swedish. And I also wrote it last year when I was touring here, and I was driving into this little campground somewhere on the East Coast. I think it was like probably North Carolina or something, and it was the beginning of the summer, and we had all these trees with huge, like, sort of canopies, just like a ceiling above us, and the sun was shining through the leaves, and you had all this green light. You know what it's like, right? And that just reminded me so much of the Swedish summer and how beautiful it can be, you know? That one day that we have a summer. And so, but this is also a song about saying goodbye. So it's a song about the summer, but it's also a song about saying goodbye. And so in Swedish, this song is called Smultronblom och vit jasmin, which would translate into English as wild strawberry blossoms and white jasmine. Det var ett sällsamt ljus här under träden och regna sommarvärld mellan lindblommor och vi kunde glömma bort hela världen. Andas smultronblom och vit jasmin. Du höll mig hårt en dag men du sa inget. Allt hade yttrats klart om och om igen. Det var ett sällsamt ljus här under träden bland smultronblom och vit jasmin. Att det var slutet, det visste vi nog då. Löftet var brutet, men jag älskade dig så. Jag höll dig hårt en dag, men jag sa inget. Bland smultronblom och vit jasmin. La da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da da Sen tog du bilen in till staden, långt bort från grönskan, till en annan verklighet. Jag satt kvar här mellan bladen, andades smultronblom och vit jasmin. Cirkeln var sluten, det visste vi nog då. Magin var bruten, men jag älskade dig så. Jag vinkade av dig när du for en sista gång från smultronblom och vit jasmin. Det var ett sällsamt ljus här under träden, en plats för tankar och de minnen man har kvar. Stannar kvar här i sommarvärlden bland smultronblom och vit jasmin. Thank you guys so much. You've been absolutely amazing. I have one more song for you guys tonight, and if you want to hear some more of my music, I'm doing a bunch of shows around the Minneapolis area
weekend and the next weekend if you want to do a little road trip. And I have shows up in North Dakota too, if you want to do a longer road trip. If you don't want to do that, then do come and check out the CDs and the vinyl and you know, the hats. If you want to try them on, you can try them on. I will adjust them for you if they're not your size. And before I end though, I think we should all put our hands together for the wonderful library for inviting all of us today. Thank you so much. And do make sure that you come back for the coming shows. I think Eric read most of them, and he has flyers over there. And my gosh, those little buttons, like, take a button with my face on it. That is awesome. You can remember me until next time I come. And do come and take one of the flyers. There is also a little tip jar if you want to feel like, if you feel like you don't have to, just if you feel like it. And I thought I would end with a song that I didn't write myself. This is a song by a wonderful singer-songwriter that you all know. If you want to help out a little bit with clapping on this song, that would be amazing. And so this is a song by the wonderful Buffy St. Marie. This song is called Star Walker. Star Walker is a friend of mine. You've seen him looking fine. He's a straight talker. He's a star walker, don't you whine. Hey, hey, hey. Wolf Rider, she's a friend of yours. You've seen her opening doors. He's a story turner, swingers funner, dog soldier. Hey, 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 hey.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Check it out. Look at the butt.
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook or anything, so.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, there you go. It's nice meeting you.
Yeah, what's your name? I think we've met before, haven't we?
I've seen you around here.
I'm here quite a bit. I swear, yeah, I've met you before. What's your name again? Remind
I
me.
don't know that we've actually visited much because you.
I think I've definitely seen you and said hi to you. My name is Lux.
Hi, Lux. This is my husband, Michael, and my name is Barb.
Michael and Barb?
Yep.
Good to meet you guys.
Your board.
Yes, thank you. I was
You might
just about
need
to-
that.
I didn't realize it would be. I didn't think it would be in the way over here, and then there ended up being a lot of traffic over here.
Yeah, I think you're a good.
That was an awesome show. I'm happy I got to actually see one all the way through. Because I usually, the last one I missed. I think I was telling you before. And luckily I caught them on the second act, and that was.
But they two were really
for,
good. Yeah, right?
You guys
John
saw that one as well.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so I guess we might as well start collecting the buttons,
Yes.
right?
And the only one that I missed was the Indigenous rapper Buggin' Malone. I think that was last month. That's the only one I missed, and that's the first one. So I'm gonna try and get the other 7 pins.
He might have some other extra pins left.
Oh really?
Yeah, you could ask
I'll have
Eric.
to see. Yeah.
You never know.
But I don't know.
Maybe up at Maker's place, maybe Eric would even make you one.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, of course. Have a great night, guys. Yeah, okay. Here we are. That was a great show. That was pretty good. Now I can leave incognito mode. The ears will be live. And the board is updated, which I will show you now. Alright. Time to dip. Time to dip.
This one here is my latest one.
So how did you like it
Song
then?
for today
Good?
was Hope.
It's good?
This one is 20. These two are the open.
I like the stories too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these two are a little bit more like with that is